Colorado Avalanche Hockey on Altitude is brought to you by Shortline Subaru. Save money, drive better. Connect for Health. You might not think you need health insurance. We all do. Get yours today at connectforhealthcolorado.com. And by Jeep. And a unique brand of freedom you'll only find in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com. Avalanche on the road in the desert tonight to face the Arizona Coyotes. And let's take a look at our Ford starting lineup. And as always, we'll begin tonight, Peter, with the goaltenders.
And Mike, a little bit of a surprise maybe for both teams. Mike Smith, you look at his numbers, 4-11-1. Why is he in the nets tonight? He is 8-1-3 against the Avalanche. He has absolutely dominated them in his time with the Arizona Coyotes. And for Reto Berra, you know, Pickard came in last game, did a great job, 17 for 17. There was something wondering, you know, going to come back with Pickard. Patrick Waugh said, no, this is our guy. One bad period is not going to break our confidence.
And we're set for the opening face-off in the line that was absolutely dominant, especially in the third period. MacKinnon, Landeskog, and Iginla rewarded with the start in tonight's game as we look at the rest of the Ford lineup tonight for the Avalanche. One change from the previous game, Peter. Paul Carey, who played 12 regular season games and 3 games in the playoffs for the Avalanche last year, called up. He's in the lineup tonight and sent down Andrew Agozzino. There was some hope, Peter, that Alex Tanguay would be able to play in tonight's game, but he's practiced this morning, went to the morning skate, and just not quite ready to get to game time action. Here we go. First period play, Arizona, Colorado. The puck comes in, delay offside on the Coyotes. That allows Jan Hayden to take away the puck. Makes a pass up ice, and MacKinnon, who was just flat out flying. This skated about as well as we've seen him this year. The other night against the Carolina Hurricanes, and he was a big factor in the Avs coming back to get that win. The Avs have won 3 of their last 4, and all 3 of those wins have been come-from-behind victories as the Avalanche ice the puck in a scoreless early part of our first period.
Well, the first scoring chance for the Avalanche is on a face-off win by Nathan MacKinnon, and Mike, that's going to be something we'll be watching very closely tonight. Arizona. I'm going to try.
There we go.
Arizona, very good on face-off. Patrick Waugh knows that, so there's going to be a lot of work in the defensive zone when Arizona tries to take that face-off.
The emphasis on Arizona, the reason we're saying that, since they arrived here the year after the Avalanche came from Quebec, Winnipeg moved to Phoenix. They were known as the Phoenix Coyotes up until this season. Now they are the Arizona Coyotes. Coyotes have the puck. And behind the net, centering try off the skate of Johnson. Worked to the far side by Vermette. Kicked back behind the net. Nate Gennon, Avalanche defenseman, on the puck. Going to chip it up. It gets knocked down. Played across with a backhand. And out to center by Gennon. Then dumped in by O'Reilly. Face to the corner. Duchesne, Briere, and O'Reilly together. So that top 2-line combination for the Avalanche staying put after their victory against the Carolina Hurricanes. Whipped down the ice by Nate Gennon. And no icing. Play continues. Avalanche making a wholesale change. All 5 skaters headed off. Fresh batch comes out. And the Coyotes move into the Avs zone. Pass in front looking for Doan. But overshot him on the pass. And a 2-on-1 the other way. Ben Street. Insure down the wing. Shot. Save made by Mike Smith, the Coyotes goaltender. So a 2-on-1 for the Avalanche. And 2 players playing in their second game of the season for the Avs get it going.
Yeah, Ben Street, Mike, one of the things I was talking to coaches yesterday about Street. What does he do well? He's a very good skater. They love his speed. He's very good on the draws. And Mike, last year in Abbotsford, he had 60 points in 58 games in the American Hockey League. A point a game guy in the American Hockey League, that's a very good offensive player.
Peter, take me into Ben Street's head on a 2-on-1 like that. He ends up taking the shot. What does he see that tells him I'm taking the shot?
Well, what you should do is exactly what he did. He's walking in. They gave him the shot. You walk in. You try to get it on net. You try to do something. The worst thing you can do is to overthink, hold it, try and make a play, and then all of a sudden nothing happens. He got the shot on net.
Smith handles the puck. There's a goaltender that 0-5-1 his last 6 starts, but not helped a lot offensively from his team. Loose puck in front, batted away by Bear. Meanwhile, a fight is broken out. It is McLeod dropping the gloves with B.J. Crombeen. who was born in Denver, Colorado. And they dance. This has been an ongoing battle between these two for years. Crombeen and McLeod. A few punches thrown, not too many landed. The linesmen have seen that they have tied each other up. Are separating. Mike Civic and Jay Schreier, the linesmen, have pulled apart Crombeen and McLeod, and they're being sent to the respective penalty boxes.
Well, Cody McCall is asking sort of why did you just let that one go? I was just getting started. But here, that scrap is going on in behind. Now, Crombeen came over from Tampa Bay with Sam Gagner in a trade this last summer. Gagner, of course, Avalanche fans remember him from all his years with the Edmonton Oilers. But Crombeen, Mike, this is what he does. He's the Cody McLeod. He comes in, he plays tough. He will go with anybody, and he gives you that physical element.
That is the 6th fighting major of the season for Cody McLeod. Each receiving 5-minute majors, and we are underway again in our first period. No score between Arizona and Colorado. Coyotes with the puck in the ad zone, working his way down is Handel. Just back in the lineup for the Coyotes, and well, they're happy to have him back in. He can be a terrific player for this club when healthy. Work to the near side wall by the Coyotes, tipped out to center ice, backing up. Zbynek McCulloch shoots the puck across. Forecheck put on by Ginla. McKinnon line out for the Avalanche. Carried out to center by McCulloch. Shoots it down the ice and then glances off an Arizona player. Avs back to get it. Ginnon gets pushed away from the puck. Centered, but it's blocked. Picked up by the Coyotes. Working his way towards the near side. Pass back by Erat. Behind the slot. Still on the blue line. Shot from the point. Gets tipped wide into the net. Back in the corner. Back to the point. Shot by Stone. Score! Tipped in front for Mets. In front of the net on the shot by Michael Stone. Redirected by Berra at the 3:36 mark. And it's 1-0 for Arizona.
Well, good puck possession for Arizona. Good movement. The defensemen were jumping around at the blue line. It's a well set up goal. Drives to the front of that, Mike. It's one of those things. Sometimes players get locked into just standing in front of the net. It's better to show up, Mike, just as the puck is getting there. Especially if you have big defensemen on top of you like Hayda. Just show up at the right time, the tip, and Arizona gets that 1-0 lead.
For Mets to get credit for the goal to be his 6th of the season, and Arizona up 1-0 in our first period of play. And let's show you officially on our Jeep scoring summary. It is, well, right now they're saying Michael Stone, but I think that'll get changed. It really looked like it was tipped in front of the net by Vermette, so I imagine we're going to see a change on that scoring. 1-0 lead for the Coyotes. Right now, credit going to Stone for the goal. Smith shoots the puck down the ice. He's one of the best puck-handling goaltenders in the league.
I mean, you really have to be aware all the time.
And that's an icing call, though, what he just did. So the face-off coming back in the Arizona zone.
Well, now in his 5th year with the Arizona, formerly Phoenix Coyotes, and of course before that with the Dallas Stars. Like he and Joe Quenneville, who are 1-2 in that list, are great buddies. And Dave Tippett knows that Joe Quenneville will be watching this game tonight because the Avalanche come home to play Chicago tomorrow.
They haven't made the change. They are giving credit to Vermette for the goal. It is his 6th of the year. He did indeed tip that as he went to the front of the net. Stone getting the assist along with Laurie Korpikoski. So that's now how the goal reads for the Arizona Coyotes, who lead 1-0. Through center, Ben Street makes the pass. Talbot shot gets blocked. And the Coyotes bank it up the boards. Turn back down the near side. Vince through over the puck. Nice pass. Sent off the back of the net. Centered out in front and rolls free. But it was just wide. And the Coyotes dash out to center. Blocked at the line. Good play by Redmond. His play just gets more and more impressive. What a game he had against Carolina. A couple of goals, including the game winner for the Avs. Stone had the puck for a moment for the Coyotes. Chipped back out to center ice. Avs have got it. Duchesne pushes it ahead, catches up to the puck, puts the brakes on. Nice pass in front for Clean, but it was tipped wide. Back around the wall and tipped out to center by Doan. Back into the Avalanche end. We played a little over 5 minutes. Avalanche with 5 shots on net. Coyotes with 2, but they've got the goal. Antoine Vermette scoring at 3:36. Paul Carey, number 28, centering pass for Cleach. Then a chance for Duchesne, and that is tipped out of play.
Mike, interesting. It looked like Matt Duchesne may have been on the left wing on that shift, because Cleach was out there, the normal center. So Patrick Waugh looking for a little offense, going with one of his better players on the left side from this line.
It didn't appear to be a situation where he had just stayed longer after the rest of his line mates went off.
Set off. That was a 45 second shift.
And now we see the MacKinnon line back out. Again, Landeskog on their wings. Shot wide on the net by Gennon. Lifted up and out to center by Arizona. Batted ahead by Martin Eratz. Ruled to be offside on Arizona. Leads this game 1-0.
Well, for Patrick Waugh, it was interesting today, Mike. He was working a lot with Reto Berra down at the one end. He even got down on his knees a couple of times, showing a couple of things. And, you know, you got to remember last year, that situation would not have been similar because you had J.S. Giguère. And J.S. Giguère, you know, if Varley needed any help, they were such good buddies. But now you get a young guy like Berra, the situation changes.
After the face-off, McCulloch winds and shoots into the chest of Berra, and Reto makes the save for a face-off. When we look at tonight's winning combo presented by Blackjack Pizza.
Well, first of all, a better Berra. I mean, this is important. Last part of this period, 14 minutes here in this first period, and get to 4 goals. That's the magic number for any club in the league, but for the Avalanche, when they've had 4 goals in regulation, they've only done it 3 times, but they are 3-0.
And it includes the last game. Blocked in front of the net, taken away by Colorado. Racing through center is MacKinnon. He turns, he shoots, deflects wide of the net. And the puck played behind the cage, tipped away towards the near side. Erat with MacKinnon on him. Couldn't get away. Chance for Landeskog off the side of the net. Iginla from behind the Arizona net. Kicks the puck towards the near corner. Coyotes try to clear. Avs do a nice job to hold it in. MacKinnon, Landeskog along the wall. There's a broken stick. Arizona with the puck. Erat turned it back around. It was McCulloch who had his stick broken on the play. He's made his way to the Arizona bench. Quick pass out to center ice for Hansel. Shoots it towards the Avs line. Duchesne gets bumped by Stone as he tried to approach into the Arizona zone. Quick touch pass and carried through center ice by Bodker. Fastest player on the Arizona team. Tipped into the corner, kicked along the end boards, back around to the far side. Yandel, leading scorer for this Coyotes team. Shot, save made, loose puck, scooped away by Berra, and carried out to center ice by Briere. Chips the puck in. O'Reilly crashes into the end boards for the puck. Duchesne back out, centering the line with O'Reilly and Briere. Korpikoski makes a pass. Quickly out to center ice for Bodker. Behind him for Yandel. He goes a little deeper into the zone with a pass for Stone. Bounced out to center ice. Bodker's got it. Feeds it on for Yandel. Cross ice. Gagne, handoff, shot, and a blocker save made by Berra on the try by Toby Reeder. The player they are really high on. Tipped into the corner. A young player that didn't make the team out of the training camp, but he was the first call up, and he has made an impact since joining this Arizona team.
And in a different kind of way. He's been very good defensively, very responsible. A lot of times a guy comes up and makes an impact, like it's offensively, but he's done it defensively. They expect a little more from him offensively. Right now, he has done a good job even killing some penalties.
Tomas Vincere drops the puck for big Avalanche defenseman Erik Johnson. Long pass tipped in by Talbot. Back to get it, Ekman Larsson. Sends it up the high slot, blocked off by Johnson. Pass by Street, cut off, and carried up ice by the Coyotes. Ekman Larsson shoots it across. Ekman Larsson, second in the NHL in shots. He has 72 shots already this season.
And the poor guy, Mike, everyone's focused on Ekman Larsson, the plus minus. He's minus 13. But Mike, on the other side of it, he's tied for the lead most hits on the club. So, I mean, he's done so many things well. You just in one of those ruts.
Pass across, McCulloch shots, and Berra makes the save and holds for a face-off. Antoine Vermette for the 6th of the year. And the Coyotes lead 1-0. Let's see who right now is in the groove for the Avs. Brought to you by Groove Subaru.
Well, Zach Redmond, last game, he had his first ever game-winning goal, his first ever 2-goal game. And the game winner, but Mike, that was so much harder a shot. As he comes across, that's a cross-body shot. It was coming from his left. He had to reach down, a right-handed shot, and just the timing has to be perfect. And he just blew it by the Carolina goaltender. And, you know, you look at him now, Mike, he's got, you know, he's +3 last game and starting to eat up a lot of minutes. And, you know, the Avalanche now, you sort of go, okay, you got Johnson, offensive, you got Barrie, offensive, and now Redmond's jumping in. So you got some balance in your 3 defensive pairs.
And if Nick Holden can get going to what he did last year offensively, boy, that's a big plus for the Avalanche. And according to Patrick Watt, said Holden's getting better and better. They're happy with the way he's playing. Behind the net, Gennon tipped it free for McKinnon to take. Carried out to center. Long pass ahead for Landeskog. Dropped in the near circle. Gennon immediately fires a pass ahead for Tyson Barrie. Weaves his way out through center ice. Backhands it deep in and overskated by Ekman Larsson. But McCulloch will pick up the puck for the Coyotes. Little chip pass. Blocked and race into the corner. Again, will get to it first. Looks, trying to muscle his way by McCulloch. Stays with him. And the puck lands up the far side wall. Immediately after it, McKinnon rolls it around behind the net. Trying to center for Iginla. Waved that along the far side wall by Klinkhammer. And the puck bounces out to center. Played back to the blue line for Gennon. He feeds it up ice for Barrie. Circles back into his own zone. Korpikoski on the forecheck for Arizona. Tyson Barrie, lead pass ahead for Duchesne. It's 1-0 for the Coyotes. A goal of 3:36 from Antoine Vermette. Shot in on a bounce into the corner. Arriving for the puck, Bodger. Scoops it towards the corner. Played back around behind the net for Vermette. Reversed it back from Yandel for Vermette. Up the far side for Yandel. Sends a pass across for Stone. He shoots, he scores! And it is 2-0 for the Coyotes. Peter, it looked like the puck changed direction and kind of lifted a little bit. We'll look at the replay to see if it was off a Coyote stick or perhaps an Avalanche stick.
I think it might have been off Nick Holden. Just the way that the Barra reacted. Watching the left side of your screen, puck comes through. And I believe Barra actually puts his hand up right there, Mike, and it hit his hand and dropped down. Or the
funny flight on that puck.
Yeah, absolutely. Right there. I mean, the only person that was in between Barra and Stone was Holden. I mean, so it must have bounced as he went to play it. It just bounced down and passed.
Well, I think Stone will get credit for this one at 10-20, and this one will stick. Keith Yandel gets another point. That's now 13 assists for him. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Coyotes. And this eerily feels like the last game that the Avalanche played against Carolina. Peter, they had 2 goals in the first 5 minutes and 10 seconds. The Hurricanes did. Now, halfway breakaway opportunity here. Scored on a shot by Toby Reeder. And Calvin Pickard is standing up in the Avalanche bench, Peter. There is going to be a goaltending change for the second game in a row. After the 3rd goal goes in, this time a little earlier than the last time the Avs played. Reto Berra is getting pulled for the 2nd consecutive game in the first period, and Calvin Pickard, who came in, shut the door on Carolina, allowed the Avs then to get momentum and come back. And Coach Waugh, Peter, hoping for that formula to work again tonight. Well, the first 2, you really can't blame Berra. They were tips. And sort of strange tip. This one, and now did it run up Johnson's stick? It seemed to just go over the shoulder. This will be a good look right here. Yeah, you see? You're just getting unlucky. Now it hits Johnson's stick and bounces high. You're playing the puck, and Johnson just gets a touch of it, and changes the trajectory. And you look at Vermette, tipped it down. That's a real tough one for any goaltender, right? And if it did go up a Holden and change direction, that's tough. I mean, that's Reto Berra. Now he went right to the locker room. Oh my God! You're
I mean, you're just hockey distraught. I mean, you know, this is your opportunity with Varlamov out of the lineup to show that you're the number 2 guy. You're that guy. They can go to you and trust you. And you go back-to-back games where you're out of there before the first period's over. It's really regroup time for him.
Because you're in a situation, Peter, right now, and you hope Varlamov is going to come back soon with that groin injury, but that's a day-to-day situation. You don't know. That's an injury that you just don't know. And so you hope to establish things, but unfortunately for Reto Bear and the Avs, 3 goals have gotten past him, and the Coyotes lead the Avs 3-0 in the first.
In the locker room for just a minute or two. He comes back out, gets his baseball cap, and sits down. But you know that's a lonely feeling right now for him. But last game was really interesting. I talked to Pickard yesterday, and he was saying the first one went in, and goalies know when guys having one of those nights where the puck is just going in. Then the second one went to Carolina. He said, okay, well, maybe start to get himself a little bit pumped up, ready to go. Well, then they made it 2-1. So he calmed down, but then when it was 3-1, Patrick called him and he said that, you know, he was ready to go, but goalies are the first ones to know when another goalie is having a tough night.
Well, he came in, made 17 saves, and was terrific, and really, especially that last minute when Carolina put some pressure on, he made a brilliant pad save to save the game.
Absolutely, but it was the save in the second period that he wanted to talk about, where he was spinning around in the crease, and he got his glove on it, and he
sticked it back there. Yeah, that was a highlight. Real save for sure for Calvin Pickard. Got his first NHL win, and now he's called in to try to duplicate that performance. Save made. Oh, boy, that came through some traffic, and Pickard alertly able to find the puck and make the save.
And any goalie will tell you that the first 3-4 minutes, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your body loose. You're trying to get a little sweat going. He said he was so happy that he had those 3 or 4 minutes during the first period of the last game to get himself warm. It set up a much more comfortable second period.
Well, also you think about it, Peter, and certainly as a teammate, you don't want things to go badly in the first period, but if you're a goaltender, you have had a pregame warm-up. And so this is close to have been warmed up rather than waiting into the third period and making a change when you've been sitting for a couple of hours.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the actual time on clock was maybe 40 minutes since he got off from, you know, the warm-up, the intermission time or after the warm-up. But, and again, you know, the Avalanche are down 3 goals this time. They were down only 2 goals last time. They were within that 1 goal of getting back in the game.
Vermette at 3:36, Stone at 10:20, and then just 33 seconds later, Toby Reeder with his second goal. Shane Doan gets the only assist, and it's a 3-0 lead for Arizona.
Mike, can you imagine these 2 guys were right wingers in their respective clubs in junior, and they were drafted number 7 overall, Shane Doan, Winnipeg, number 11 to the Dallas Stars, Jarome Iginla, and they're still playing the league. I went back and looked. You can show Brian Berard was a great defenseman whose career was really curtailed because of an eye injury. But these 2 guys probably in that draft should have gone 1-2 or at worst 1-3.
Well, behind the net, Eric Johnson with the puck for the Avalanche. Pass up ice. Briere gave it back to Johnson. His pass knocked down. Recovered though by Johnson. They'll start to skate out to center ice. Part of the reason the Avs came back in that game the other night, shot by Duchesne, glove saved by Smith, was Eric Johnson rushing the puck quite a bit and getting involved. The Avalanche are proud to host the annual canned food drive to benefit the Denver Rescue Mission tomorrow night at Pepsi Center. The Denver Rescue Mission hopes to provide 650,000 meals to those in need each year. You can help by dropping off your donations at the door tomorrow night at Pepsi Center. And tomorrow night, the Avalanche, of course, in action, and tomorrow night the Chicago Blackhawks will be the opponent. Shot by Vincer, saved by Smith, loose puck, and it goes towards the far corner. Lifted up and out to center ice. Knocked down by Barry. Carried in and down the wing by Barry. He took a hit, bounced right back up and has the puck pushed away from him, and a puck taken away by the Coyotes. Doan pass out to center ice off a couple of sticks, and it bounces deep into the Colorado end. Moves back behind the net, Redmond with the puck for Colorado. Coming off the game with 2 goals against the Hurricanes. Pass for Paul Carey. Skates into the corner with the puck. Moving along the end boards. Knocked down, got right back up. Chased the puck in the corner. Still with a Carey. Good effort here from Paul Carey. Trying to chop it out in front for McLeod. Waved at it, but it was blocked. and carried out to center ice. Crombie feeds it ahead, down the wing, into the corner for McMillan. Played around to the far point. Ekman Larson feeds it across, shot, and that one bounced off the glass behind the net. Handled by McMillan, threw it to the side of the Colorado cage. Played back to the point, McCullough turns, shoots it around the wall. McMillan hit hard by Holden. Pass knocked down, played by Carey, out to center ice. And backhands it in. Nice shift there from Paul Carey.
But Mike, we mentioned the fact that Duchesne was out on that line. Well, obviously because McLeod and Mike was in the penalty box. I forgot it. With his fight, so they needed that Duchesne to have that shift. That's his 6th fight this year. That's the most in the National Hockey League, Cody.
Back to the point. McCullough shoots, going wide, and the goaltender Calvin Pickard able to make the glove save. The Avalanche in the desert tonight, trailing Arizona 3-0. Time for Did You Know, presented by Stevenson Automotive. Here's tonight's question. Jerome McGinley, drafted by the Dallas Stars in 1995. Who was he traded to Calgary for? Was it C1 Doug Gilmour, C2 Brett Hull, C3 Joe Nieuwendyk? We'll have an answer for you in the 3rd period.
And I'll give you a little, not a hint, but just all 3 of those guys were traded from Calgary in unbelievably big deals. I mean, there were huge deals in the National Hockey League.
Scramble for the puck after the faceoff. It comes to Landeskog, rushing down the ice with Iginla and McKinnon. Smith misplayed the puck for a moment, recovers, and the pass comes up the ice for Erat, slipped away from him. Backing up into his own zone, Eric Johnson to Iginla, to Landeskog in the middle circle, whipped it off the boards in front of the team bench. Johnson sends it back into the Colorado end for Jan Hayden to take. Back to Johnson. Lead pass from Landeskog as the Coyotes try to clog up that middle zone. That enables them to get the puck back. Sent around the wall, and it's tipped to center ice. Grabbed by Johnson as he circles back into his own zone. And we approach 5 minutes left in the first period. 3-0 for the Coyotes on 9 shots, and a goaltending change for the Avalanche for the 2nd consecutive game. Ekman Larson watches. The puck comes around the wall. Korpikoski's pass gets through. Down the near side wing. Bodker cuts into the middle. Feeds it across. Yandel back to the point. Stone shoots, and Pickard was able to send that puck wide. Back to Stone. Cross ice for Yandel. Backing up. He turns. He shoots. Save. Rebound shot. Another nice save by Pickard. Well, Pickard has come in. Has had to make some pretty good saves, and he's done so. Vermette. Korpikoski settles the puck down. Sends it across for Vermette. Pass picked off by Gennon. Bounced out to center ice. Stone down to a knee to block it. But we do have a whistle. Hand pass called. It is the reason for the stop in action here in the first period.
So if Arizona's done something well tonight, Mike, and you would imagine that they would work on that, they have really had their defensemen in strong positions to put the puck on net. I mean, you can see why Yandel has so many points. I mean, he just is one of those hard passers. It doesn't, float anything over. They're good, crisp passes.
Another good news for the Avalanche, Peter, since they made that goaltending change. Pickard certainly has been tested, and he looks like he's just picked up right where he left off on Saturday night against the Carolina Hurricanes. Side of the net in the Avalanche zone. Doan reaching for the puck, but it comes free. Doan, by the way, 1,338th game. He is now 48th all time. Shot from the point. Whistles wide. Back around the wall. Chipped out to center ice by Talbot. On for Street. And it's shot down the ice and into the Arizona zone. 3.5 to go in the period.
And Mike, for Doan with 7 goals this year, it doesn't look like he's slowing down at all.
He's just really been the cornerstone and the face of this team here in the Phoenix area since they arrived. With the puck, Crombie chipped it down into the corner. Coming after it, Tyson Barrie sends it around the end boards. Johnson overskates the puck. Crombie stole it away, trying to center. Blocked at the side of the Avalanche net. Barrie sends the puck into the corner. It's hit by Crombie. Puck delivered out to center ice. Carried in over the line by Carey. Turns and shoots, and it's snatched up by the goaltender Mike Smith. Face-off coming up.
Now some more pushing and shoving. This time it's Carey. Mike Smith is a really interesting guy. Like a couple of years ago, you can make a case that he was maybe the best goaltender in hockey. His numbers and the way that he played and the number of games that he won were just unbelievable. And last year, he went over with the Olympic team. He was sort of the third goaltender there. He got a gold medal, but it was kind of a controversial, decision to take him. But and this year, he injured himself at the end of last year and just really hasn't got going. They say he's playing better of late, but still hasn't returned to that fabulous form he had a few years ago.
Doesn't have a win in his last 6 starts. And Dubnyk, though, the backup goaltender, Peter, is 4-0 in November, has played really well. Landeskog sends it across, backhanded out to center. McCulloch back it up into the Arizona zone. Sends the puck across for Ekman Larsson. Long pass through the middle. Cut off. Landeskog got it back for Colorado. Pass through the middle by Redmond. Gets tipped deep into the zone. McCulloch turns the puck around the wall. Erat trying to scoop it. Does get it out to center ice. Avalanche get it back. Redmond from center ice shoots it in. Smith knocks it down. 2 minutes still to go in our first period of play. 3-0 lead for the Coyotes. Pushed across. Carried in down the wing by Erat. Sends it towards the corner for Slafkovsky. Taken away by Gennon of the Avalanche. Vermette reaches in for the puck. McKinnon on him. Vermette trying to get away from McKinnon. Staying right with him. Fed back towards the point for Stone. Shoots it back around the wall. Cut off behind the Avalanche net by Gennon. Send it back around the wing for O'Reilly. Doan approaches him. And the puck comes free. Stone reaching for it. Kept in by the Coyotes. Bounced back to the blue line. And taken away. And here's a chance for Briere. Cutting in. He gets around. And the puck rolls free. That almost wasn't what Briere wanted to happen, but it almost resulted in a good thing. Shot goes wide of the net. Holden turns and shoots. Tipped by Briere. Sends the puck wide. Backhand out in front by Duchesne. Gets blocked. Duchesne still with the puck for the Avalanche. Works his way to the half boards. Pass to O'Reilly. Back towards the point for Holden. Kept in by the Avalanche at the blue line. Good work by Barry. Then it's taken away and backhanded out of the zone by Arizona. Quick pass up ice for Barry. Waiting with Duchesne. Gives Duchesne the puck. He turns, he shoots, goes wide. Barry behind the Arizona net. Nice move. Backhand try. Blocked. And then carried out to center ice. Fincher is back with Holden because Barry was up ice. Drop pass along the far side into the corner. Skated back behind the net by Reeder. He's got one of the goals in this game. Came into tonight 5th among all rookies in plus minus with a +6. He can add another one. Tonight, he was on the ice, obviously, for at least 1 goal. We're down the last seconds of the period. Played out to center by Arizona. Blocked by Johnson. And there is the horn to signal the end of the first period. Well, the story, wow, deja vu all over again for Yogi Berra. As we saw 3 goals against him, and he gets pulled, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Coyotes.
But that was not a 3-0 period. I mean, I thought Phoenix was a little better than the Avalanche. They had good puck possession, they had some good shots from the point, but not to the point where they should be ahead 3-0 in this hockey game. So the Avalanche got to really pull together now, and very obviously come up with that next goal for them.
That would have been big for the Avalanche, who trail 3-0 for Met, Stone, and Reeder with the goals for the Coyotes. Coming up after the break, stay tuned for the Toyota Intermission Report. Coyotes scored 3 goals in the first 10 minutes and 53 seconds of play, and they lead it 3-0 after the first period. And Peter, for the Coyotes, no surprise that their defense was getting involved in their offense.
But for the Avalanche, when you're looking at this, you're just, it's just an unlucky period. You don't very often have 3 pucks in 1 period deflected. Here, one by the Avalanche hand on Holden right there, and then it looked like the third one was by Johnson on his stick. But that's what Arizona's done well this year, and so have the Avalanche. the Avalanche have 10 goals from the defense, and they, Mike, if there is one area, now, you're down 3-0, you got 40 minutes to get back into it. You worry about this first 20, Mike, and maybe even the first 10 minutes of this second period, and guys are gone. Guys are going. And you watch for Johnson, watch for Barry, watch for Redmond.
Are you saying right away? Or
right away.
Right away.
Right away. You're down 3, and you're not scoring. And so you've got to, at some point, start send him, you know, because Barry's the obvious one because he goes all the time anyway. he's just off.
We're set to go. McKinnon's line starts for the Avalanche, and Hansel's line for the Coyotes. And here we go. Second period underway from Arizona. And immediately, just 6 seconds in, an icing call against the Colorado Avalanche.
And right there, we saw another little indication what the Avalanche might be doing. That might be just one pass, Mike, but it was a stretch pass from the Avalanche. Iginla was trying to break into the open in behind the defenseman.
Brings the draw back to the Colorado zone. A change in goaltenders for the Avalanche. Reto Berra, the starter. Calvin Pickard came in, makes another save, and the puck comes in for the second consecutive game. The goaltending change made by Avalanche head coach Patrick Waugh. Bounce pass ahead for Hansel. Into the corner, Erat gets to the puck, but overskates it, let it go, and it's rammed around the boards, held in by Ekman Larson. Put the puck to the corner. Erat has it. Trying to go back to the point, does with some success, and a broken stick chance by Ekman Larson allows the Avalanche to get to the puck. Pushed across for Landeskog. Pass into the slot. Ekman Larson without a stick, and there's going to be a penalty called on the Arizona Coyotes. The Avalanche are going to get a power play chance here early. Just 45 seconds has been played so far. And here's the call.
Arizona penalty, number 11, 2 minutes holding.
Referee Gord Dwyer making the announcement. A holding penalty called on Hansel. And a power play chance here for the Avalanche. So an early opportunity here in the second period to get on the board.
And Mike, this is what you've been looking for. This is, you know, you're looking for a situation now. Penalty's right. Coming across. I'm not sure that was it.
So Hansel nonetheless in the box. And power play number 1 of the game for the Avalanche. Avalanche did a great job of staying out of the penalty box in the game against Carolina. Duchesne shot off the side of the net. Ripped around the wall, and it squeezes by Barry into the neutral zone. Chipped ahead by Korpikoski. This Coyotes team on the penalty kill, well, they've allowed 15 power play goals this season. And they are ranked 18th overall in the league. O'Reilly with the puck. Now if the Avs score on the power play, a lucky winner will get an Avalanche ticket to an upcoming game courtesy of American Lifestyle Furniture. For your chance to win, go to afwonline.com/altitude. Avs on the power play, but then a steal and a clear out by McMillan. Sends the puck deep into the Colorado end. Pickard, the goaltender for the Avalanche, leaves the puck behind the net. Carried up ice, Eric Johnson got a little real estate. Gets it over the line, gives to Redmond. Snaps the puck around, waiting far side halfwards is Landeskog. He left the puck, and it's flipped out and down the ice into the Colorado end by Arizona. Jarome Iginla back to pick up the puck. Had a goal and assist in the last game, and his goal tied it up in the third period for the Avalanche. Cleared out again by the Coyotes. Sent down the ice by Reeder. So the young player getting some penalty kill time for the Coyotes.
But Mike, the Avalanche need to set up possession in the offensive zone. They need to get something going, even for just a little momentum on this power play.
Just a dozen seconds left in the penalty on Hansel. The puck kicks along the boards. Grabbed by Redmond. Behind the net, centered. Here's a chance. And it hit a skate. Comes wide. With it, Landeskog shot. Deflected off of Iginla, goes wide of the net. Handles out of the box. So the penalty is over. Dumped in by the Colorado Avalanche. No shots during that 2-minute power play. And Peter, as you said, what was very obvious was they just couldn't get set up and get something going inside the blue line. And give Coyotes credit. They were able to get to the puck and dump it out quite a number of times. Avalanche moved to center ice. Coming in, Talbot got a man down the slot. The pass, though, deflects to the corner. Around the boards, into the corner. Vincer behind the net for Talbot. Talbot, Street, and Vincer out for Colorado at the line. Vincer chips the puck free to the corner. Back behind the net for Vincer from Talbot. Murphy on him. Street smacks the puck along the boards, cut off by Gagne. Sam Gagne slips the puck across. He comes bouncing towards Yandel. His pass was slowed up by Cleach. It allows the Avs to get possession. We played just about 4 minutes into the second period. Still 3-0 in favor of the Coyotes. Quick outlet pass and carried to center ice by Joe Vitale. Drops the puck in the corner, rolls behind the net. Chased down. Avalanche get it first. Carried out to center ice by McLeod. Backhands it. Knocked down by McMillan. Played back into the Coyote zone where it's handled by David Schlemko. The defenseman makes the pass across. Shot down the ice and a tip by Crombie. Sends the puck into the Avs end. McLeod sends the puck back to center ice. McCulloch turns into his own zone. Carry on the forecheck and put behind his back behind the net for Ekman Larsson.
And Mike, we have seen Arizona in years past and the Dallas Stars before that under Dave Tippett lock things down. They're a very difficult club to get any odd man breaks. I mean, you really have to press them and have guys jumping up.
Peter, their dilemma this season has been mostly they haven't been able to score goals.
Yep.
They just don't have a lot of offensive output as they come into the zone offside. But boy, they get a 3-0 lead and they can make it difficult on you. Luxury has an address. Cooney Lexus invites you to see the full line of Lexus all-weather drive sedans and luxury utility vehicles for 2014. They're available at Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village and Colorado Springs.
Well, Mike, the Avalanche down 3-1 last game. This is just about the time in the game. 5 minutes into the second period with Landeskog and with McKinnon and Iginla just took over, and they're gonna need a line to do that tonight.
Well, the McKinnon line is out right now. And Landeskog has the puck, drills it in. Ekman Larsson for the Coyotes stood up by Iginla. Vermette though has the puck for Arizona. Iginla on him. Vermette twirls, makes the pass into the middle, but the Coyotes get to it. Bodker to Korpikoski, coming wide. Sandwiched into the boards by Johnson. That is separated from the puck. Quick outlet pass up ice for Iginla. Charging in, pulls up, waits for some other help. Finds McKinnon behind him. Nice pass. Johnson shoots, and Smith makes the save. Boy, that was a nicely set up play, though, by the Avalanche. Johnson sneaking in. There's the pass to him. Backhander safe. Rebound. Score! They did it. Gabe Landeskog gets the goal. There's that line. Just about that time, as Peter said, they got going last game, and they get on the board with Landeskog getting his 5th goal of the year.
Man, that was beautiful. There were so many nice passes. They must have made 6 great passes on this particular break. Nice pass to Iginla. Iginla's going to come down, waits just for a second, gets it down low, then back up, then over to Erik Johnson, just misses, but they kept going. And you saw Erik Johnson jumping up into the play. Here again, Mike, jumping up into the play. The Avs know that, you know, they have to get that kind of pressure, and it results in a goal.
And that's what you talked about, Peter, that the defense getting involved, and it paid off for the Avalanche as they get on the board. On their 12th shot, they've got a goal. Gabe Landeskog making it a 3-1 game. Let's show you the scoring summary at 5:49, 5th of the year for the captain, Erik Johnson. Jerome Iginla picking up points on their assists. See if that gives some life now to the Avalanche. They finally find a way to beat Mike Smith. Offside play called on the Avs. So Landeskog with his 5th of the year, and Iginla now with 10 assists this season.
Just an extraordinary sad day in hockey yesterday. We had 3 coaches, Victor Tikhonov, Murray Oliver, passed, but Pat Quinn, Mike, was one of the great hockey people you'd ever meet. My career with him, it was sort of, we had 4 years we played in the league together, and he would just crush it. He was gigantic. But his real fame came in coaching. He coached obviously, remember the Vancouver Canucks versus the Avalanche in that first Stanley Cup run for the Colorado Avalanche in that playoff series. But I think in all of Canada's heart, it will be the 2002 gold medal after 50 years. He was the coach of that club, and he and Joe Sakic will be tied forever together. Joe was the most valuable player in that series, and Pat Quinn was the coach, and he will be missed so much. Been sick for a while, passes away at 71, Mike. A huge loss for the hockey world.
Indeed, Peter, you're absolutely right. What a great hockey guy.
Oh, and my last time to see Pat was so cool because we were in Toronto for Joe Sakic's Hockey Hall of Fame, and he did an interview about Joe and all of it, and he could not have been more. Like I had only met him a couple of times. Talk about an imposing figure. His presence was extraordinary, and I'm reading all the articles of, around the National Hockey League today. That's what everyone said. He'd walk into the room. They called him the Big Irishman, and he had the big cigar and the deep voice, and you knew who was in charge.
Peter, and you would know this. Having played for Boston, he had one of the most famous hits in the history of hockey when he crushed Bobby Orr,
knocked him out,
and. You don't hit Bobby Orr. The next couple of games were just bench-clearing Donniebrooks in Boston. Just absolutely mayhem.
Legend has it that Bobby had to tell a couple of people that lived in Boston, no, you don't eliminate them. If that's the word you're looking for. No, that's not how we're going to handle this. The boys in Boston in the back, they wanted to take care of Pat Quinn.
Video of the fights that took place, the fans are coming over the glass and punching players.
The glass exploded behind the penalty box the one time. Oh yeah, it was beyond belief.
It's a 3-1 hockey game. The Avalanche, a little life here. They've gotten the goal from Gabe Landeskog. Comes at 5:49 here in the second period after trailing 3-0 after the first 11 minutes of play. Avalanche chip one in and now trail by 2. 12 minutes left to go in the second period. Long pass by McCulloch. Winds around the boards, up the far side, cut off along the far side by Erat. Throws to the boards, trying to make a pass, and it is tipped, and the Avalanche move out to center ice. Pass by Iginla for McKinnon, pushed away. And put off the glass, it lands at center ice. Tapped ahead by Erat, cut off by Johnson of the Avalanche. Makes a pass up ice for Landeskog. Skates the red line, bounces in on Smith, and he takes that short hop and makes the save and covers for a faceoff.
And Victor Tikhonov, Mike, one of the great coaches in the history of international hockey. 3 gold medals with those powerhouse Russian Soviet clubs, Mike. But he will forever be famous for pulling Tretiak, the greatest international goaltender probably of all time, in the 1980 game against USA, where USA went on to win that game, Michael Ruzioni, and then on to win the gold medal.
After the faceoff, controlled by the Avs, then a pass picked off, carried to center ice, Yandel. He has picked up an assist in this game, Yandel has. He's got 13 and now 16 points to lead the Coyotes in scoring. Stone also with the goal in this game. And the Yandel to the red line with a pass. Bottker gives back to Yandel. Cross-ice pass. And ruled to be offside. Pass called on the Arizona Coyotes.
Well, here it is. In the next 9 games for the Avalanche, you see that 8 are in the West versus Western Conference clubs. The one Eastern game, well, that's just the Montreal Canadiens, the #1 club in all of hockey right now with 33 points. But so many of these clubs are those clubs ahead of the Avalanche that you're chasing. You're trying to, you got divisional games, you got 6 divisional games. The Avalanche are 0-2-2 in 4 divisional games so far, so that all of that has to improve.
You want to win any time, Peter. Boy, this division game so big for the Avalanche. As you point out, 6 of them coming up soon, including tomorrow night against the Chicago Blackhawks, who arrived in Denver yesterday. From behind the net, Talbot's shot gets tipped wide. Thrown out in front, blocked. Right back to Street, shoots, and the save by Smith. And there's going to be a penalty. And it's going to be on the Coyotes. And the Avalanche will get another power play opportunity.
Street, Vinsur, Talbot might draw that penalty. Working hard. There's some confusion down low against Arizona.
Number 9, 2 minutes, tripping.
And the Avalanche, like, they didn't do a whole lot. That last power play opportunity they had, it's got to be better this time because now they've got one. And you can make this that one-goal game, a one-play game, if someone can come up with a big goal.
McKinnon, Landeskog, Ginla, Johnson, Redmond. The power play unit out for the Avalanche at the start of power play number 2 tonight for Colorado. Face off won by Vermette, wheeled around the boards and out by Arizona. The Avs will have to go back into their own zone to get set up. The penalty on Gagne has allowed the Avs to go on the power play again in the second period. Ginla to Johnson. This time the Avs setting up in the Arizona zone. Shot hit Landeskog, comes wide, fed around, back towards the blue line for Johnson. Finds Ginla, who gives to far side boards for McKinnon. He shoots, had it blocked by McCulloch, but fed back to the point. Johnson gives to McKinnon. Shot saved. There's a chance. Loose puck, and it is squirted into the corner. And the Coyotes get to it and clear it out, but went off at Johnson's hand. He was shaking the hand as if he caught that in the wrong spot. Redmond to center ice. Over the line. Last time the Avs weren't able to get set up in the Arizona zone. They did a much better job in the early going of this power play and doing it again. Briere back towards the point. Nice play by Barrie to flag that down. Snapped around the boards, pinching in from the point. Johnson got past him, bouncing to the blue line. Nice play by Duchesne to give to Johnson. Whirls it across for Duchesne, down low for O'Reilly. In the slot for Johnson. Far side, one-timer missed. And it's around the boards. Waiting for it is Johnson. 25 seconds to go in the penalty. Pass is out to center ice. But Johnson did a nice job to dive and keep it from going down the ice. But Barrie ends up coming back into the Avalanche zone. It's through center ice, weaving his way in. Nice move, coming wide. He gets around, circles, wrap around, try, hit the side of the net. Barrie still with the puck. Barrie shoots, and it was tipped wide of the net. Picked up and given away by Arizona. Out of the box comes Gagne. The penalty is killed. Erat didn't get out of the zone initially, but he is helped up by Vitale. Clears it out to center ice. Here come the Avalanche again. Duchesne, poke check. Holden wide, fires off the arm of Smith and wide of the net. It was right after the last power play chance that the Avs then scored. With the puck behind the net is Duchesne. Chip. And now the Avs, you get a sense they're coming on a little bit here in the second period. Duchesne walks out in front. Poke checked away by Ekman-Larsson. Duchesne, though, first to the puck. In the slot, shot by Talbot. Glove save made by the goaltender Smith. But the Avalanche are coming on here in the second period. You can feel the momentum switching to Colorado. They trail 3-1 in the second period. Of high school football, especially this time of year, and this Saturday, do not miss the 4A and 5A high school football championships here on Altitude. First up at 11, the defending champion Pine Creek looks for back-to-back titles against Longmont. Then at 2:30, oh boy, here we go. Cherry Creek and Valor. Valor going for its 6th straight title. Championship Saturday only on Altitude. The weather should be good for the kids on Saturday.
Well, for Calvin Pickard, Mike, it's got to be an unusual thing. He comes in the first period. He's had only 5 shots on goal, 1 in this period. The Avalanche have now, over the first 12 minutes and 5 seconds, allowed Phoenix 1 shot on goal. So he's down there going, trying to stay in the game, but he's not getting any action.
With the puck along the near side wing, pass by Stone. And the Avalanche do a nice job holding the puck in. Then it's cleared out to center. Bodker coming in. Holden knocks him down with a good hit. Nice hit by Nick Holden. Snapped around the shelf, and the puck squeezed out to center ice. Yandel cutting back into his own zone. Forecheck by Vinsur. Makes a pass. Overskated and turned over. The Avalanche keep it inside the line. With the puck street, a Talbot shot glanced off of Michael Stone. Bodker will pick it up. And that forecheck pressured by the Avalanche. Yandel shoots it in towards the goaltender Calvin Pickard. Hadn't seen much action. That was a long shot that he handled perfectly. At the line, Carey. The Avalanche could not hold it inside the blue line. Shot by Hayda, gloved by Smith, and And he gets it out to center, kicked off of Crombie. But that's what Mike Smith can do for you. He saw an opportunity and so good at handling the puck. McLeod backhands the puck in. Shut around. Crombie didn't get it out. Blocked in front of the net. Back to center. Vitale tips the puck into the Colorado end. 6:30 remaining in the second period. Shot that by McLeod. Held in. McCulloch shoots it around behind the net. Comes to the near corner. Vitale's got it. Back to the corner. Put off by the Avs. And it tips into the puck to the far side. Kept in by the Coyotes behind the net. Freed up by Gennon. Worked off the boards, but not out of the zone. Kept in by the Coyotes from behind the net. Klinkhammer. Hand off to Hansel. Played back to the point for McCulloch. Pass given away. Leach was in the right spot watching Ekman Larson. Erat got it back for the Coyotes. Threw it over the line. Klinkhammer. Side of the net for Erat. Centered in front for Hansel. Shot save made by Pickard. Rebound loose in the slot. Shot another save by Pickard. Well, he'd been wanting some action. There was a little bit for Pickard. Maybe more than he wanted, but he made the saves as he stays strong and keeps this a 2-goal game.
Well, Mike, this is game 320 in the National Hockey League, which means we're past that quarter pole. And 108-89 in the game so far. Tied with 1 goal entering the third period. Almost 61%. The interesting one is 26 teams, including the Avalanche, within 6 points of a playoff berth. And 5 clubs that were out of the playoffs are in this year. Calgary, Nash, Vancouver in the West, New York Islanders, and Toronto. And how about that number for the New York Islanders? They're 15-6. That's the best start in franchise history.
You could have blew me over with a feather when you told me that one.
That's just unbelievable.
It just doesn't even seem possible after all those great teams they had in the 80s. Shot from the point. Hopped up in the air. Avalanche have it. McKinnon. Dishes across. Pass over to Barry. Back to Eric Johnson. We got Barry and Johnson paired up together on defense. We'll get that offense happening. Get something working. Hansel took away the puck. McCulloch sent it off the shelf to center ice. Erat. Taken away by Barry. Up ice for Iginla. Hand off to Landeskog. Nice move to get in over the line. Back to Iginla. Save. Rebound. And Iginla, after that shot, had a chance from Landeskog on the rebound, but he was pushed away. And then Landeskog gets into the face of Hansel. Boy, they are going right now, jawing at each other coming up the ice. How about Landeskog? Did Hansel, was he the one who pushed him away?
Did he slash him? Because
he went right after him, though, didn't he?
He went right after him after this play. Something happened before that, certainly.
Yeah, because he just skated right up, got right in his face, and skated all the way to the bench area. Nose to nose with him. The Coyotes have used their timeouts.
Used their timeout, Mike. Just to give you a quick look at the injuries for the Avalanche. And this is not in any particular order other than Tanguay, probably the closest to coming back. Semyon Varlamov started to skate. Mitchell is getting better. Jamie McGinn, the back problem, had it in training camp. The hamstring for Brad Stewart, Mike, has taken a little longer, and it's a little slower than anyone would like. Everberg apparently is doing quite well with his shoulder. Patrick Bordelot has a time schedule when he wants to get back. Not telling anybody, but he has one. Jesse Winchester, concussion just continues to be so frustrating for him because he can practice, and then the days just don't go well. And Ryan Wilson, unfortunately, one of the we've known him for so long, and a shoulder injury, shoulder surgery, out for the year.
Alex Tanguay, all those guys on that list, Peter, the only one that accompanied the team on the trip, this one-game road trip to Arizona. He skated this morning. Peter, you talked to him for a little bit?
I talked to him.
How are you feeling?
He just not comfortable. That he said that it's the right side of his face where he got hit, and he couldn't quite see the way he wanted to see it. A little uncomfortable. He's got that, not just a full cage. He's got the fishbowl on. I mean, it is difficult to breathe.
Down the middle comes O'Reilly. The pass cut off. Yandel up off the wall. Holden has pinched in. Kept the puck alive. Briere walks out in front. Poke checked away. Yandle shipped it around the wall, but waiting for it. Redmond put it out in front of the net. Blocked by Yandle. A little flip down the wall, trying to get to Gagne going. And that was blocked, sent back in, and the play is offside. Why should you hug an angler? Proceeds from fishing and hunting licenses go toward conserving Colorado's natural beauty. So give them a hug, say thanks, and go to huganangler.com to learn more.
And Mike, for Daniel Briere, he's going to always remember Colorado fondly. It was back in March 19th, 1998. His first ever NHL game was with Phoenix. And he played here for 5-6 years as far as in their organization before moving on to Buffalo.
Pass across for McCulloch. Bounced into the Avalanche end. Johnson sends it up the wall, but it's stolen away. Pass down low, and a save by Pickard. On the backhand try by Bodker. Boy, Bodker wide open in front of the net.
Well, the Avalanche were sending people, and Johnson just makes that pass right on the stick of the Phoenix player. But you saw where the Avalanche were. They're trying to stretch things out. So those passes have to be perfect in this side of this game.
Will help from Hayda for Calvin Pickard. Came in relief in the first period at the 10:53 mark after it was 3-0. And they shut the door since. Shot by Vermette. Save made by Pickard. Another nice save. There's going to be a penalty on the Avalanche. In front of the net. Bodker taken down. And for the Avalanche, they have not taken a lot of penalties coming into this game, Peter. The last 3 previous games, only 4 penalties called against the Avalanche, including
number 29, 2 minutes hooking.
None in the last game against Carolina.
3 New York Rangers, 2 New Jersey, 1 Washington, none last game against Carolina. So the discipline has certainly been exceptional for the Avalanche over the course of this last 4 games where they've won 3.
And the Avalanche, their penalty killing in the previous 4 games, 6 for 6. So they've been good on the penalty kill. And this Coyotes team, middle of the pack in the NHL in terms of power play success. Shot by Ekman-Larsson, misses, batted out in front, shot, it's still loose. Comes back towards the near circle. Yandle gave it away, and the Avalanche have a 2-on-1 developing. Talbot down the slot, he has a chance, and a kick save by Smith. Oh man, what an opportunity there for the Avs. Vermette over the line for Doan. Trying to go back with the pass, but Cleach was in the right spot, sent it down the ice.
Well, Talbot and Cleach, I mean, they worked so hard to keep that thing going and make it a good 2-on-1. Nice pass, good shot, real nice save by Smith.
The Avalanche doing a nice job of the penalty kill. Erat into the zone, winds it around the boards. McLeod first to it, clears it, and gets it out of the zone. 50 seconds remaining in the penalty on McKinnon. Hansel comes in, dropped it, shot, and I think Holden may have deflected that wide. Up the boards, scramble for the puck along the wall. Coyotes have it, slid into the high slot. Yandle winds and fires it wide. Back towards the point. Dragged away by Talbot. Backhands it in, past Yandle. 22 seconds to go in McKinnon's penalty. One more rush perhaps for Arizona. So far, a nice job on the penalty kill by Colorado. Loose puck though, Erat stole it away. He could not get out in front. Pickard was scrambling to get back into the crease, but Johnson prevented the puck from coming out in front of the net. And that's it. Nice penalty kill by Colorado. McKinnon's out of the box. Off of Vermette and into the Colorado corner. Poked away. Vermette whipped it around the boards, but Landeskog stole it. Gave it away. Shot by Ekman-Larsson. Ricochets to the corner. Dragged along the boards by Doan. Going to muscle his way in front. Hayda staying right with him. 2 big bodies working along the boards. Pass in the slot. Bodker fed back to the point. Slid across for Ekman-Larsson. Shoots! Missed the net. Hammered back behind the cage for Met. Lets it go for Bodker. In the final minute of the period, Ekman-Larsson slid it across. McCulloch shoots. Loose puck. And it comes free. Flip to the corner. Avalanche have got it. Landeskog coming out in the center ice. He gets in. He gets hit. Fights that off. Hit again. Fights that off again. And Landeskog from the knees with a pass back to the point for Barrie. Nice move. Pass down the slot. Tipped into the corner. McKinnon up the boards. Vitale able to clear the puck, sending it into the Colorado end. Iginla fires it down the ice. Out to center ice with a pass for Arizona. Vitale coming down the wing on his offside. He shoots and it goes wide. Back behind for McMillan. Taken away by Barrie. Final seconds of the period. Around the back for O'Reilly. And that ends our second period of play. But for the Avalanche, they get a goal from the captain at 5:49, giving them a lift.
Much better period for the Avalanche in every aspect. They've sort of evened up the shots now. I think Arizona has one more shot at the Avalanche. Good effort. And again, Pickard.
Yep, 11 saves. That's coming in.
Back to back. He's been perfect.
Total of 28 saves in those 2 games without allowing a goal. So Landeskog gets a goal in the second period to make it a 3-1 game. Stay tuned. Coming up on Altitude is the Subaru Intermission Report. Avalanche get the only goal in the second period. Seem to have a little bit of life now. They got 1 period to try to get it done again. 3 wins the last 4 games. All 3 have been come from behind victories. Part of it is that you're going to get good goaltending, which from Calvin Pickard we saw in the last game and also here tonight. When we take a look at our Lexus on the ice, look at Calvin Pickard's efforts.
And Mike, you even take it one more game back against the Montreal Canadiens with his first start with the Avalanche. Pickard has now gone over, if my math is right, over 94 minutes without allowing a goal since Subban scored in Montreal in that second period. And Mike, there hasn't been a lot of shots, but he has been solid. He's kept the Avalanche in last game, but then they've eventually won it, and they've kept him in this game. And, you know, for Pickard, he is like so many of the Avalanche goaltenders. They're used to these games, 1-goal games. The Avalanche have had, if you take away that empty net goal in Ottawa, they've had 15 1-goal games so far this season of the 21 games they played. So this is just the same old stuff for Avalanche goaltenders.
Here we go to the third period of play. Coyotes lead it 3-1. If Colorado scores in the third period, you score with Subway. Visit your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for just $3 after 3 o'clock. O'Reilly wins the race to the puck. Gets bumped. And the puck comes free. Korpikoski bounce pass up ice for Vermette. Throws it through the middle circle. Grabbed by Bodker. Stops in the slot. Stripped away nicely by O'Reilly. Gives to Duchesne. Poke check. Duchesne able to push the puck in to the Coyote zone. Arizona coming out in the center. To the red line. McCulloch. Knocked down at the line by Hayda. And the give to Vincere. Shoots, blocked. Hansel took it away. Well, this will be an interesting third period. The Avalanche came on in that second period, played well. Shot to the front of the net, but crashing into the net. Klinkhammer moved it just as the Coyotes were getting a chance down around the net, but Klinkhammer going hard to the net, pushed the net off the moorings.
This is why they've missed Hansel. Like, he is 6'6", 230 pounds, and when he grabs you, I mean, you're not getting away from him. Right there, he took the Avalanche forward into the corner and just took the puck to the net, and Pickard had to be really quick to get his pad.
Well, I was saying, Peter, it's going to be interesting to see how each team approaches here in this third period. Avs got to feel a little bit better about themselves after the second. And for the Coyotes, they know, for them, they can't stop skating.
Well, you can't sit back. I mean, that's why there's so many comebacks in the games these days. Like, teams just, like the Avalanche, just keep going. They're just going to keep coming. So you have to play a real smart brand of hockey.
Just as that pass came across. Shot by McKinnon, saved by Smith. There's a chance. Wrap around, give. McKinnon shoots, knocked down, another save, and scored! It's slipped through, and the Avalanche get another goal. Now down by 1. Just a minute and a half in. And the Avalanche are within one. Gabe Landeskog doing it again.
He gets a second of the night. What a night for Gabe Landeskog. It started last game, there's no question about it. And he's been doing it for a while now. He's had 5 hits tonight. This will be his 5th shot on net, maybe his 6th. But he has a goal. Now he has a second goal. And this is 5 straight goals by this line. Since the middle parts, Mike, of that second period against Carolina, they have scored 5 consecutive goals for Colorado.
What an effort on that goal by Landeskog. Outstanding. That's 3-2. And here come the Avalanche again. As I mentioned, they've won 3 of the last 4 games. All 3 wins have been come from behind victories for Colorado.
Number 12, Jerome Ginla, and number 92, Gabe Landeskog. Finally, all won 36 of the third period.
Vitale tied up along the boards.
Season from Ginla and Landeskog.
Out to center ice with the puck. McKinnon got it back. Shot into the corner. Now the Avs score, you win with Subway. Visit your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for $3 after 3 o'clock. Long pass for Landeskog. He's been the story tonight for the Avalanche offensively. 2 goals, 1 in the second, and now another in the third. He has the puck centered in the slot for Johnson. Pushed away by Hansel. Up ice, into center ice comes the defenseman McCulloch. Shoots it in on Pickard, makes the save. Back towards McCulloch, top of the circle, shot to the front, gets blocked. Landeskog again with the puck. Outlet pass for Erik Johnson. To the red line, pushes the puck into the Arizona zone. We're 3 minutes into the third period. Nice move by Yandel to the red line, handoff. And dumped in by Korpikoski, and that's a tough one for a goaltender, but Pickard handled it well.
Let's go back to that second goal for the Colorado Avalanche. Gabe Landeskog, his second now. Look, Smith gets his stick. He actually loses his stick, and Mike, that's what should have been on the ice in that 5-hole spot. And you just thought, how white was that? I mean, it was just open in that area, and that's again where Smith's stick should have been.
Well, he made a funny move the way he reversed himself, spinning to get to the other, and he went glove first towards the post when he came across. An interesting way to make that happen. In doing so, lost his stick.
But here's the line right now for the Avalanche. They really could. The Avalanche would love these guys to have a third period. Duchesne, O'Reilly, and Briere. I mean, there's so much talent on this line. They've got one line going. It'd be great to see the next one.
They're out right now. The Duchesne line. Barry shot save made by Smith. Behind the net, wraparound try by Briere. Another wraparound, and that one's denied. Duchesne still with the puck behind the net. By the center. Blocked by Stone. Bats it around, but Barry's got it. You can feel the Avalanche starting to make that pressure happen. But behind the net, Duchesne centered out in front. Tip, scored! This game is tied at 3. They've done it. 3 unanswered goals, and the Avalanche tie it up at 3. Remarkable.
Well, Duchesne was the whole story on this goal. He just would not give up on the puck. He had it in and around the net. He was spinning and darting and diving. They're going to have to look at that one. Did that one go in?
Duchesne looked at it.
Now watch.
Let's see. It's up in the air.
Oh, Michael, I wish I was more. Oh!
Well, then where did the whistle blow?
Who knows? Let's go back to the overhead, stretch it out a little longer, and when does a referee think the puck went in? Now here's a puck comes around, Mike. Is it in there? I don't believe it is. And then it's just sitting there.
And Smith kicked it in. But when did the whistle blow, or the intent of the referee to blow the whistle? That's the question.
I'm not as sure as I would like to be on this one.
The play is under review.
Yeah, this is all about when the referee either blew the whistle or intended to blow it.
Because you would think the referee intended to blow the whistle right there. And when it hits the ice right here, See, I don't think it went in at that point. And then Smith moves when everyone thought the play was. Yeah, he stopped. I think look at Smith. He thinks it's in, and Duchesne realizes that maybe it hasn't gone in.
So we wait as the folks in Toronto hoping to make a decision as to whether this will be a tying goal or whether the Avalanche are still behind by 1. Boy, this is a big call here, and it's taking some time.
I'm trying to read body language.
Here's, you see the referee Gord Dwyer there, number 19, skated in front of the camera. And all right, here's the announcement. Here we go.
Upon further video review, the puck legally crossed the line. Good goal.
Oh, and it counts. And the Avalanche have tied it. It is a 3-3 hockey game. So 7th of the season for Matt Duchesne at .405. Tyson Barrie, Ryan O'Reilly with the assists. 3 unanswered goals by the Avalanche to tie this one up with 15:55 still to play in the 3rd period. Wrapped around the boards and out of the zone. Coming back over the puck, Holden hammered it around the boards. Back to center ice. Yeah, Murphy sends it across, up ice, tipped in. And from behind the net, Holden handles the puck. Going to pin it up against the backboards. It kicks free. Coyotes have it. 3-3 game. Stone's pass, tipped out to center ice. Gagne skates in, trying to get around the defenseman. Redmond holds him up. Puck knocked down, bounces side of the net for Gagne. Doan's in front. Gagne in the slot, shot, and that got blocked. And rebounds out to center.
That's been Sewer again. He blocked another one. He's limping to the bench. He blocks them, but they hurt.
Vermette slides the puck in, and across for Stone. Out to center ice. Korpikoski goes down to the ice. Bodker skates in, coming wide, shoots towards the net. Pickard turned it around to the corner for Gennon. Up the boards, and the give for Barrett. Picked up an assist on that last goal by Duchesne. Tyson Barrie now with 13 assists and 15 points. 3-3. Pass for Erat. Shipped into the corner. Klinkhammer threw it around the boards, but it skipped away from Hansel. Knocked out to center ice. For Calling. And then off the board for Hansel. Lost the puck. And Avalanche have got it. Landeskog feeds back to the point. Johnson rolls it across. Hayden turns and shoots. Saved by Smith. Rebound. Hansel's got it for Arizona. Off the boards and out. Johnson handling the puck. Back across from McGinley. Johnson bounces it into the Arizona zone. Off the boards and out. Korpikoski hit by McKinnon. Korpikoski stays with it. Goes off of a linesman's skate. Jay Scherrers, and the Avalanche regained possession. Thumped around the wall. Cut off of the half-boards. We are tied up at 3. 2 third-period goals from Colorado coming early. Bodker pushed the puck loose for Arizona. Round for Vermette. Back to Bodker, streaking out to center. 3-on-2 developing. Bodker coming wide. He shoots the save. Yandel shoots and misses the net. Around the half-boards for Stone. He had pinched in from the point. Avalanche get a hold of the puck. Up the middle. Almost stolen away by Reeder. But the Avalanche maneuver into the zone, into the Arizona end. Flipped out to center ice. Hayden's got it. 12:40 remaining in the third period. Shot in. Stone. Sends it hard off the boards to center ice. Brought in by Ben Street. He shoots, misses the net. And the puck wraps around the boards and comes out. Johnson finds Vincer, tipped away. Stone, nice hit by Johnson. Freed up the puck, but kept in by the Coyotes. Behind the net for Gagne. Dancing behind the net, looking to make a play, centered, and a nice save and a brilliant one by Pickard. Another chance, that one goes high, off the glass. Clearing attempt, kept in by the Coyotes. Doan shoves the puck towards the corner. Johnson sends it off the glass and out of play, but it banked out of play. Here in the third, the Avalanche with a couple of goals, and they've tied this game at 3. Let's answer tonight's Did You Know question, brought to you by Stevenson Automotive. Jarome Iginla, drafted by the Dallas Stars in 1995. Who was he traded to Calgary for?
Hall of Famer Joe Nieuwendyk. Joe Nieuwendyk went on to win a Stanley Cup with those Dallas Stars and the New Jersey Devils, Mike. But look right there, he was 1 goal ahead. So he got traded for him way back then. He's got 564. Iginla 1 behind him.
Coyotes with the puck in the Colorado zone. Doan shoved by Cleach. Puck worked along the boards, squirts out in front. Hampton got it. Barry pushed it up ice for Paul Carey. And it's shot in. Behind the net, Smith moves it around the wall, slips free. Reeder lobs the puck to center ice. Put off by Gennon for the Avalanche. Shift to the middle circle, handled by Connor Murphy. Banks the puck deep into the Avalanche end. Gennon leaves it in the corner for Barry to take. We approach 11 minutes remaining in the third period. Avalanche with 2 goals in this period. Landeskog and Duchesne in the first 4 minutes and 5 seconds to tie it up at 3. Thrown over the line by Stone. Winds and shoots. Knocked the stick out of the hand of Calvin Pickard. But the Avalanche are able to get the puck to center ice. Dump to the corner. Yandel. Work behind the net. Up the near side boards. Nice pass to center ice for Klinkhammer. Shoots the puck in. Hansel going at it. Shot comes wide of the net. Around the wall for O'Reilly. Pass picked up by Duchesne off the boards. Chipped away from him, but followed up by Johnson. Put it around the shelf. It drops behind the Arizona net. Briere takes it. Pass in the slot, and it got away from Redmond, but Holden's got the angle to come back and get the puck.
But Redmond was coming off the bench. No Coyote picked him up, saw him. He was open.
At the red line, banked off the boards. Back to the Avalanche zone. Halfway through the third. 3-3. McKinnon. Landeskog. Back to the high slot for Redmond. He shoots, saved by Smith. Directs the puck to the corner. Hand off in the corner. Back behind the net. Wrestled free. McKinnon turns and shoots. Has it again. He works his way in front. The shot, the save. A shot by McKinnon. That's blocked. Back to Holden. Pass across for McKinnon. Down the far side wall. Shot. Save made by Smith, and he dives on top of the puck. They get a face-off. Good pressure from the Avalanche. They have tied this game in the third. It's 3-3. Avalanche were down 3-0 in the second period when Landeskog put that rebound and backhand it in for his 5th of the season. Down 2 when the third period began. Didn't take long. And Landeskog got the rebound, and Smith without a stick, not able to close that 5-hole within 1. Shortly thereafter, 2.5 minutes later, after a video review, and I just read the account from the NHL, it wasn't the first shot that went in. It was, they said, a legal shot on Duchesne's second shot. As he reached in and tipped it, it was still alive. And after the review, ruled that it was a good goal. And that one for Duchesne, his 7th of the season at 4:05, has tied up the game at 3. Street comes into the zone. Dumps the puck to the corner. Talbot played it behind the net for Street. Taken away. Put into the corner. Back to the point for the Avs. Held in by Redmond. Behind the net for Street for Colorado. He gets checked by Murphy. Puck taken away by Gagne. Little pass, but pinching in was Redmond. Shot by Talbot. Blocked. Tipped back into the corner. Around behind the net, Sam Gagne lifts the puck out to center ice. It'll roll and wobble towards the corner. Redmond first to get to the puck. 8:30 left in the third period. Carey going to get out to center. The puck was bobbling on him. Smacked from center ice by Shane Doan. Back to the Colorado zone. Drop behind the net. Get it. Gets free. Put it off the boards for McLeod. Kicked out to center ice. Stone finds Vitale. He shoots it off the glass back into the Colorado end. Slammed around the wall. McLeod lost the puck. Vitale took it away. Trying to center in front. Oh boy. And it's cleared out by the Avalanche. That was close.
That was good hard work by Arizona on that play. They just kept pursuing the puck. Finally, they get a pretty good scoring chance.
Bromby redirects the puck into the zone. Behind the net, Johnson makes a pass. They got through. Cross ice for Duchesne. Breezes in, he shoots, the save, there's a rebound chance, and Smith came across and makes the save.
Great pass by Briere, and Mike, that puck was just rolling at him after the shot by Duchesne, and he just unloaded. That stick was up, Mike, he powers that. Great job by Smith to go right to left on that play. But here again, Pickard, Mike, he's been flawless. This is going to be up over 100 minutes now of no goals against since that one against Montreal in the second period.
Quick pass, and eludes Bodker, and comes out to center ice. Grabbed and taken in by O'Reilly. Curls back towards the boards. Turns around behind the net for Duchesne. Comes out in front, turns, backs up, centered in front. Cleared away though as Schlemko got in the way of the pass. This line, though, making something happen here in the third. There's a chance for O'Reilly. Blocked. Back to Duchesne. Right now, the Coyotes don't have much of an answer for Duchesne.
No, he's doing what he does best. He's being quick in that offensive zone. He's so hard to handle.
Pass. Erat got it back. Makes a handoff. Put over the line by the Coyotes. Flipped with a backhander by Hansel around the boards and behind the Colorado net. Barry got it back for the Avalanche. Swings it around. Coming out to center ice. Iginla waits. Sends a pass to Karams across. Landeskog, nice pass. McKinnon waiting to find the trailer on the play. Backhanded through center ice and brought in by Erat. Broken up by Gennon. Fired to the corner by the Coyotes. 6:10 to go in the period. McKinnon feeds back for Gennon. Gives to McKinnon. Dumped in wide. And Michael Stone picks up the puck. Pinsir on him. Held in by Street. Down low for Pinsir. Handoff Talbot. Back in front. Shot saved by Smith. Loose puck turned away. Reeder clears out to center ice. Pass across for Hayda. Dumps it in. Smith out of the net to handle the puck, but gave it away to Talbot. Rammed it around. Briere turns, shoots. Loose puck. Talbot at the side of the net. He's got it. Shot by Street. Blocked by Stone. And third in the NHL in blocked shots when this game started. Dumped in. Johnson hit along the end boards. Back towards Stone, turns and shoots. Loose in front of the net. Hayda scoops up the puck. Played it off the boards. Cut off by Reeder. He turns and shoots, but a glove save made by Pickard. And he holds the puck for a face-off. 5 minutes left in the third. Tied at 3 in Arizona.
Gabe Landeskog, Mike, it has been 2 consecutive outstanding games for the Avalanche. He had his first multi-point game last game against Carolina. He did that 15 times last year, now back-to-back. Against Carolina was 2 assists. Tonight it's 2 goals and 2 big goals for this hockey club. And have taken a game, Mike, that looked like it was lost early in that first period, and now it's right there.
It's becoming the formula for this Avalanche team. Last 3 wins have all been come from behind. Landeskog's pass, broken up, put it on net, went off to Smith. Klinkhammer. Trying to get it out of the zone, was successful at doing that, but the Avalanche get the puck back. In the corner with it, McKinnon. Back to the point, but it splits through the two defensemen, and the puck back into the Colorado end. Pickard dropped it behind the net with 4.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Pass up ice for Hayda to Johnson. Dumped in, angles out in front of the net, but the whistle's been blown as the Avalanche called for icing. This game being brought to you by the Lodge Casino, your first choice for winning and your first choice for fun.
One of the things, if you're the Chicago Blackhawks, you're loving this. This is taking a lot out of, you know, the Avalanche. They're putting all the energy into it right now.
Duchesne wins the faceoff. Up ice for O'Reilly. Pass got tipped. It does come into the Arizona zone, but Colorado with possession of the puck. Gannon to the neutral zone with a pass for Barry. A bouncer wide of the Arizona net, tipped behind the cage. Stone dashing across, bounce pass, and out to center ice. Quick long pass ahead for Bodker. Gannon trying to angle him. Bodker to the front, and his shot comes wide. Briere protects the puck, makes the pass behind the net for Barry to take. Nice and Barry. The lead pass for Duchesne. Shoots it in, off the glove. And Schlemko puts the puck behind his own net for Stone to take. Up the wall for Doan. Cross ice pass. Off the boards, onside. Reeder shoots it behind the Avalanche net. And the puck comes around the glass and then drops into the crowd, out of play.
Well, this is where those little things like face-offs become so important. And for Ben Street, right, they really enjoyed in camp how, you know, effective he was on the face-offs, and now he's got a big one right here.
Win on the draw by Gagne, though. He shoots, save, rebound, centered in the front of the net, and it is covered by Pickard. Boy, he just continues to make save after save. Really sparkling saves.
Oh, Mike, and focused. I mean, you and I have watched enough goaltenders, you know, obviously Patrick Roy, to know when a goaltender has that look about his, even his just physical presence, that he's finding the puck, seeing the puck, making the save.
Second consecutive game, Patrick Roy pulling his goaltender, the starter Reto Bear in the first period. Pickard coming in and not allowing a goal and giving his team a chance to go back and win. It worked against Carolina on Saturday night. They have to tie it, coming back from a 3-0 deficit. Klinkhammer in, shot, and it was tipped wide of the net. 3 minutes left to go in the third period. Oliver Ekman-Larsson takes the pass for McCulloch, out to center for Hansel. For Erat, back to Hansel. Met by Landeskog. And the puck to the corner. Pile of players there. Puck turned around. Larson, Ekman-Larsson shoots it around the boards. Hansel picked it up. Trying to hand it off to Erat. He does. Poke checked away, but kept in play by Ekman-Larsson. Slides it to the side of the net for Hansel. Ada on him. Hansel gave it away. Just handed it right to McKinnon. McKinnon bursts out to center and shoots the puck to the corner. And the Avalanche need to make a line change. So does Arizona. McCulloch behind. Ekman-Larsson, long pass. Tip deep into the zone. Pickard out of the net to handle it. We're down the last 2 minutes of the third period. Barry rushing up ice. Pass too far for O'Reilly. Bodker plays it back into his own zone for Yandel. Boy, he does send a hard pass, doesn't he? Yeah. Yandel reaches the red line, shoots it in, but that hit Bodker and caused the play to be offside.
Even his dump-ins are hard.
Oh, my God.
Right off the back of his leg. Down to 1:48. And the Avalanche pushing the play. Duchesne's line. They needed a play from this line in the third period. McKinnon's line had done an outstanding job over the course of the last couple of games. Got 5 consecutive goals, but then Duchesne ties it. Briere now for the Colorado Avalanche. Mike, this is now, he's been in for 5 in a row. And you can see just a little plays like he made in the corner when he protected the puck. All that is really coming out for him.
I think we got a timeout called by the Avalanche.
Mike, when you're as Briere was in the situation where the first 10 games he was in, and then he was out for 7. You and I have been around this situation long. It's hard work because the coaches, the assistant coaches know that you have to be ready for this, and your conditioning level can't drop. Your game conditioning is not going to be there after you miss 7 games, and you're not expected to be. But do they push you? And it's not just the day of a game where you skate in the morning and you come in at night and you work out at night and then back the next day and you get extra skated. And Briere did a great job of staying sharp during those games.
So with a minute 48 left to go, Coach Waugh decides he's going to go with Street, Vinseur, and Talbot as his line out there.
They played well. They have played well, and that gives each of the other 2 lines, the 2 big lines, 1 shift each.
Avalanche apply the pressure. Tip by Vinseur, but it goes up high. Barry deep into the zone. Behind the net, Street. Good hard work there. Talbot after the puck. This line is doing it here in this last minute and 48 seconds. Cleared out to center ice. Back into the Colorado end of Tyson Barry. Moves the puck around the end boards. Talbot trying to clear, but hit the linesman, I believe, and they're saying it's an offside play.
Oh, if Vinseur come, Mike, was this as close as it looked from our angle? Comes across, he just tips it. No, it's way up over top, but it was the right idea and he was in the right spot. But now the Avalanche gets to throw McKinnon's line out there for 35, maybe 30, 35, and then you come right back with Duchesne's line for the last part of it. So this is where using that line earlier makes sense for almost the last minute of the game.
Colic dumps the puck in. That gives the Avs a chance now to break out. Hayda up the wall for Iginla. We go to the last minute of the 3rd period. McCulloch shoots the puck ahead into the Colorado zone. Hansel turns and shoots, and Pickard makes the glove save as the puck was sailing wide.
And now Patrick Waugh comes with a fresh group. Duchesne's line. Mike, again, you'd ask, why do you do this? Because if they leave McKinnon's line out there and they get running around, that'll mean there'll be 45, 50 seconds. And you do not want to shift that long at this time of the game.
Duchesne, of course, taking the face-off. He'll do so against Antoine Vermette. He's instructed by the linesman Jay Ferrer to get his skate set. Duchesne, nice win on the draw. Bounce the puck ahead. It's back into the Arizona end. No icing on the play. Yandel sent it around. Duchesne, though, was in the right spot to keep it inside the zone. To the corner. Yandel, Vermette, Briere, O'Reilly. All 4 in the corner. It's O'Reilly comes away with the puck. Walks out to the near corner. Bumps, staying with it. A handoff to Duchesne. 20 seconds to go. Revolved it back behind the net. Cut off. And chipped around the wall. Duchesne, nice play to keep it alive for the Avalanche. Shoots it to the side of the net. It comes free. 10 seconds to go. Again, the Avs keeping it alive. And a steal. Bodker knocked down. No penalty called. And we are headed to overtime. Well, the Coyotes scored the first 3 goals of the game. Then the Avs scored the next 3 goals, and that means we are going to have overtime in the desert. Tonight's overtime being brought to you by Groove Subaru on Broadway or online at grooveauto.com. So, how do we get here, Peter? It was 3-0. Looked like Arizona had this one in control.
And McKinnon's line did it again for the Colorado Avalanche. They got one, and there was some great passing on that goal. Landeskog gets it, and then early in the 3rd period, again, it's this line for the Avalanche that is just really starting to gel, but they needed one other line to come up with something, and it was Matt Duchesne, who gets a little lucky right here, but he's been unlucky so many times. This one is sort of a nice payback. They tie it up. They reviewed it in Toronto. It's a good goal. The Avalanche now go into overtime. And how big would this point be for this club's mindset? You know, if you take away the overtime goal, you know, probably the empty net goal in Ottawa, the Avalanche have played 15 one-goal games. 5, 5, and 5. I mean, this would be the New York Islanders way back in 2011. Now, one thing they have changed, Mike, they don't bring the Zambonis out for a dry scrape. The general manager decided they were taking all the energy out of the building, waiting for those 5 minutes and the Zamboni to come on the ice. Like 1 minute, minute and a half, and bang, they're right at it.
Well, in overtime, the Avalanche 0-3, while Arizona 2-1 in the overtime portion. And for the Avs, they'll go with Duchesne, O'Reilly, as well as Gennon and Barry. And it's Barry immediately jumping up into the play, taken away by the Coyotes. Who have Vermette, Bodker out. Vermette with the puck. Those are the two forwards. Yandel and Stoner, the defense for Arizona. O'Reilly. Got a little bit of room. It's 4-on-4 hockey. 5 minutes, sudden death overtime in Arizona. First of 3 games between these two teams. Duchesne separated from the puck by Stone. That allows Bodker to carry out to center ice. Sends it over the line for Hansel. Dropped it back for Bodker. Works his way towards the blue line. Gets trapped and sends the puck to the corner. McCulloch chasing the puck. The defenseman. And it's up the boards and out to center ice. Dropped back into the Arizona zone. Up ice for McCulloch. Got it through for Hansel. Dropped it behind him for Martin Erat. Back behind for Hansel. It went through the skates. And on the fly comes McKinnon moving in. And he is separated from the puck. Pushed up. Hansel. Lost it. A steal. Cutting across. Dropped. Shot by Johnson. Save made. And there's an injury. Eric Johnson is hurt. I was following the puck, Peter, so I didn't see what happened after the shot and how he got hurt. And Matt Sokolowski, the head trainer for the Avalanche, and Johnson has not moved much.
Here's the play. Did he get a stick? No, he got the elbow of Hansel, but he was leaning down, Mike. This is a tough one right here. I mean, you'd hate to see it, but Hansel is so strong, and he just gets snapped back. One thing about the Avalanche, Mike, they don't have an extra defenseman. They're gonna if Johnson is not okay, they're gonna have to fly somebody in real quick for tomorrow night's game.
Well, let's hope that Johnson's going to be okay.
Oh, yes. Because Hansel, as we said, Mike, 6'6". He's 235 pounds, enormously strong, and he's coming across. You know, Johnson's down low. Did he target the head? I mean, that's what he hit.
No penalty was called.
Patrick is saying, pointing, he hit him in the head, you know. But Johnson got himself in an awful position.
Here we go. Overtime period continuing. Barry hooked down to the ice. Pass grabbed by Ekman Larson. Get out in the center to drop it behind. A little pressure from Iginla. Gagne carrying the puck in. Coming wide. Circles back behind Pickard. Still with it, Gagne. Hand off to Ekman Larson. Centered for Doan, but it slipped away. Gagne coming back for the puck. They have changed things up. Duchesne and O'Reilly come back out with Hayda and Holden. Worked in off the boards. Nice play there by Duchesne. Protects the puck. Feeds it up ice for O'Reilly. Dropped it. Hayda with a shot. Glove save made by Smith. And whoa, you almost didn't see O'Reilly darting in because he was thinking he was going to play the puck, Smith was. Right. But O'Reilly surprised him, but he was able to cover in time.
He was going to leave it for Yandel to take it out of the zone. And all of a sudden he just said, he felt O'Reilly coming into the picture. O'Reilly will drop pass and right here. He's going to take it, not take it. They say, "Oop, no, there he is." So.
Another face-off in the Arizona zone. Another win by Duchesne, but then it bounces free. O'Reilly's got the puck. Looking behind the net with it. To the half boards. Dropped it off for Duchesne to take. Shane's goal has sent this to overtime.
Wait a minute.
Duchesne was making something happen there, and the Coyotes pushed the net forward
Michael.
on top of Smith.
Now this would be, unless I'm mistaken, this would be a penalty shot for delay of game. Look, watch. He knows he's in trouble. Goes in behind. Now he's trapped. Now he sticks there, and he's just going to give that a little extra.
No penalty call.
No penalty call. Now he was falling into it, so that, wouldn't that have been a dramatic change?
McKinnon against Hansel for the faceoff. Hansel very good on the draws, second in the NHL, just under 60% success rate on faceoffs. Hansel skates out to center ice, makes the pass ahead, shot, and off the Pickard. Back towards the point for Klemko, fires it across for Murphy, dancing along the blue line, trying to get an opening. Can't get it to the front of the net. It comes loose. Hansel threw it out in front and chipped up ice for McKinnon. Sprints out to center. Cutting across, cutting in, and backhands it wide. Last 2 minutes of overtime.
Mike, that's twice big number 5 Murphy's made a nice play on McKinnon.
Pass in front. Tip score. The Avs win. Avs win. Avs win. They come back from a 3-0 deficit to win it 4-3. An overtime winner for the Avalanche, and they get the 2 points. What a win tonight for the Avalanche.
Wow. Out of nowhere. Is it going to be Danny Perrier, Mike, that threw it in front? It'll be his 3rd game-winning goal for the Avalanche. Here's up top. It looks innocent enough right here. Plenty of Coyotes right there. And they throw it across, and it's Hansel, who just sort of sweeps around with, watch his stick, Mike. He sweeps around trying to protect on the far side, and right there, he deflects it home.
But Briere will get credit for it, and the game winner. Well, the irony, Peter, of those first 3 goals scored by the Coyotes because of deflections, it happens against the Coyotes, and the Avalanche, a remarkable come-from-behind win. All 4 of their last 4 wins have been come-from-behind victories.
And this one again, it looked, it was, everybody was down, and then all of a sudden they just kept coming.
Alvin Pickard does it again. Doesn't allow any goals, and he gets the victory. Again, coming in relief. The Avalanche win in overtime for a final score of 4-3. Join us again tomorrow night. The Avalanche will host the Blackhawks with complete coverage starting at 6:30. Now let's get you to the studio for the AutoNation Toyota Locker Room Report.